a very warm, or maybe a very warm good morning wherever you are in the world. This is Anawar Chaudhary with the first ever late night Indian football discussion. I was traveling on the road, so therefore I couldn't come online earlier, but I saw some of your comments, and then I thought, yeah, let's try and do a late night live. Maybe there are still enough people maybe awake in India or might watch from Europe or maybe North America as well, and we can have a discussion on what is all happening or not happening in Indian football. It's always tricky times, difficult times, but let's talk and chat and as always, as I say, like, share, and subscribe. 1,597 subscribers. Thank you to all of you who have been subscribers. Do leave a like as well on this video. I'll take some earlier ones and then we can go on to the live reactions. Kumar had said, hi, today Australia was defeated by Bahrain. Yeah, Harry Suter. Agni asked how to watch ISL from Europe outside of India. Again, the contract has been extended by the Indian Super League with a platform called OneFootball, onefootball.com. If you download the app, make ISL your priority, and then you can follow the ISL in Europe, in North America, in South America, in Africa, in Oceania, and other parts of Asia. Saw the China-Japan match, and my God, what a battering China got. We would have conceded many more goals if we were in place of China. As you run machine, yeah, that's the reality. Hi Deepak, hi Polish in the beat Saudi in the home chat live. Yeah, Polish, Indonesia beating Saudi. A lot of interesting results today in the FIFA qualifiers, third round, and that's the standard where I would have loved to have seen India be. We aren't there. I think that's something which is a reality, and and if I look at some of the results, Qatar losing 1-3 to the United Arab Emirates, that's a huge upset in my opinion. Uzbekistan and Iran winning 1-0. Uzbekistan beating North Korea 1-0. Iran beating Kyrgyz Republic 1-0. So that's a tight one. Iraq only 1-0 against Oman. South Korea, Palestine 0-0. Of course, the only sort of odd result is Japan, China 7-0. Australia, Bahrain, I've spoken about. So this is, it's crazy results that we've seen here. Who would have thought that these kind of results would happen, and it's, I don't know. I'm a little surprised by those that I've seen. Hi Manolo. Yes, I'm late because I was on the road. I thought I'll be back, but then again, as much as I love to do this, but this is my fun time. This is my spare time, and therefore finished off little dinner as well, and then thought that I'll come live at thought. So therefore, let's wait and see. Hi Ishan, welcome back. Just go through round 3 results fast today. Yeah, I mean, just went through them. Manolo, again, some crazy results. I would at least say. Would have thought that these kind of results would be happening here, and I really don't know. Jordan also leading 1-0 against Kuwait, also another close one. In the end, Saudi Indonesia at the moment is 1-1, so that match is still not over. Let's see, what is this? Just looking at it, crazy to see. Hi, Vani, welcome. Feels like we will never improve. The authority will not change the system, and government will not allow PROs. It's it's a difficult one, especially after watching the other day. A match against Mauritius, which tough ask, and then you think, okay, we could have, with one of those results against Afghanistan or Kuwait going our way, and we could have been in the final round, and then who knows. That's why, Palash, my hope is that the federation is able to change things themselves. That's one part. But on the other side, of course, also that the government shows a little bit of interest in football, real interest in football, I would say, not fake interest. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I think we are top 10 in Asia, but from below, agree. Manuel, I think we're not good at the moment, but I don't think we're amongst the worst 10. Yeah, let's hope that things get better. Sir, can you please share some details about Nandini Group sponsoring ISL? Ishan, it's not a group. Nandini is a brand of the Karnataka Milk Board. I have not heard a confirmation so far, so I'm just waiting for that. So let's see what happens. Are you able to watch I-League in YouTube in Germany? Yes. You mean I-League 3? But theoretically, yes, but I've not, but I haven't watched any of the games so far. I've watched the one with the highlights so far. Iran just got 1-goal lead. Yes, that's a fact, Deepak. Except Qatar, UAE, and Japan, China match, all the other matches are close encounters and a lot of surprises, right? So therefore, that's an interesting one, and and that's something. Russia beat Vietnam 3-0. Okay, interesting, Manolo. Good night. We'll watch the recording. Good night, Manolo. We'll catch you tomorrow, hopefully, at a normal time. How to watch ISO from Europe. So, Ugni, as I said earlier when I started, I took that question of yours. Outside of India, across, I think, OneFootball as a platform, which either can onefootball.com or OneFootball as an app, and there they are showing all the matches of the Indian Super League, across the season, starting from the 13th of September and then ending most probably sometime in April. Hello, SDM, welcome back. South China is performing so badly as a country. They did invest a lot of grassroots infrastructure. Then why? Ugni, investment is one thing, right? The right investment is the other thing, I think. I remember Bob used to say, the Chinese are too rigid, don't allow creativity, don't allow really players to express themselves in sports. See, China has been very successful if you look at the Olympics or even at the moment Paralympics in individual sports, not in team sports, but individual sports. They've been, and that's not, So on a lighter note, you should have taken the Autobahn to reach on time. Ishan, I was on the Autobahn and I didn't reach on time because there was a jam. So it doesn't always work. Barney says, why India's judgment part is so late in all sector? It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one because I feel that we need to start working earlier. We need to teach the kids the right things, and this is something which I feel missing. So let's see. Palestine holding South Korea shows if you have hunger and passion, then you can upset any team. Yeah, surely. No, that's the point. Hunger, passion, the motivation to do something, the desire. This is what I'm missing in our team at the moment. Have you watched the video where a person exposed the reason to be organized in UP and the promises made during that session? Super corrupted people are in charge of the football. I didn't read it. I didn't watch it because the question is who is asking whom, who is pointing the finger at whom. That's the point. The problem is A is pointing at B, B is pointing at C, C is pointing at D, and A, B, C, D, all of them have something in their closet, right? So ask these people. So therefore, let's not get into that. If I start to say, I think I'll have 4-5 fingers. That's the number of people who are not corrupt in Indian football. The rest are. So again, your heroes, great people. What have they done? These are the people who are producing the talent, right? Any update on Mohan signing a centre back? Any chance of Pritham homecoming? Onkon, and thanks, Shushmit, for allowing me to answer. But it looks to be off. The transfer window is now closed. Mohan Bagan, so at the moment it looks unlikely that a Desi centre back will be signed, but I'm hearing that X number of players have supposedly terminated their contract on the 31st of August, a lot of them wanting to go to Hyderabad. So the interesting part will be also, if you saw Alex Haji today, was with Thangbo Singto at the ISL Media Day in Kochi. So he's staying with them at least. That's a clear thing. So for me, centre back signing. Let's see what happens. Just as .fa is scrapping offside rule in lower league. Okay, have not heard about it, Deepak, to be very honest. I know that there have been a lot of trials. There is in German youth football, they're trying out something like a blue card in grassroots football. So don't know if they're scrapping, and the Dutch are very, very attacking minded. But again, it has to be discussed with AIFF to allow all of these things. Seeing today's results on how underdog teams are performing, India has to play a good game against Syria. Yes. That is, to me, is a given. Is a given that we will have to play to a certain level, to a certain standard, to be able to challenge, Syria. Only from which part of Europe you want to watch the ISL games? Mourinho, it does matter across Europe. As I said, onefootball.com. That's where we want to. Where at least I'm watching it if I'm in Germany or in other parts of Europe. Rangbajal asked the question, Shushma, let him ask. Then that interviewer should ask him some questions, right? We're underdogs against Syria. I guess, Shushmit, we're very, very much underdogs, So let's see, let's see. Mohammedan's foreign striker or today's practice session looks like the injury series is going to miss the first game on 16 against Northeast United. The injuries will come. Injuries will come. Injuries will go. The question is how serious are those injuries? If the injuries are too serious, then the club has to consider and think about a replacement. But the replacement could only be a player who is a free agent. So that's a challenge that the club would then have in finding a player who they can sign, who wants to sign for them, and who's a free agent. So how come either can sign foreign players now, given the fact that the transfer window is closed? I think Shushmita is giving you the answer. They can only sign players that are free agents, right? So be it Indians or be it foreigners, those players who are set to potentially sign for Hyderabad in the coming days, again, up till now, I have not heard anything that the FIFA ban has been removed or lifted. So therefore, only when the FIFA ban is lifted, they can sign free agents, but these free agents needed to have terminated their contract, and then they all terminated their contract by the 31st of August to be able to sign with, I see. Thanks. You're welcome. I think welcome to Shushmit. So there's A news doing rounds: if PSC verdict is not favoring Anwar, they might approach court in order to obtain a stay on PSC verdict. Is it possible as per FIFA rules and regulations? No. The matter normally can only stay within football, or should stay within football. Let me put it this way, that the matter can only actually be discussed within the framework of football, and that's, I guess, the challenge. And to me, that's something. If you go to a court, you can, from a football perspective, I think you would make the matter worse. So yeah, is PC taking this time to conclude on a case that they will get chair in AFC if that we call a historical decision or anything is bonding them not giving the decision early? Bani, the PSC is an independent body. It is not an AFC of FIFA body. It's an AIFF body of independent people. And the question is, nobody seems to know what the matter is. That's an interesting one. A lot of people are speculating, but my understanding is that the PSC is independent of those who could influence them on the decision making. The PSC, in the first judgment, was right to say that the player has broken the contract. I think they did a mistake with issuing an NOC. I think the PSC should not be in the position of issuing the NOC. The NOC needs to come from the respective club. That made matters, I think, complicated. And now, I don't know if they're still discussing it amongst themselves. They're not clear if there's certain wording. Have they gone maybe to FIFA to get certain things cross-checked? It looks very, very complex and complicated. And again, even I was told by certain people, hey, listen, it's going to come Friday, Saturday, last week. We're talking about August 30th, 31st. And we're now 5th of September. And so far, no judgment has come out. So therefore, for me, we'll have to wait and see. Can Manolo improve the dressing room environment and that he is very straightforward to all players? Manolo, it's on one side, yes, but Manolo has certain players that he has trust on, who are his generals, his marshals, who control things on the field in the dressing room. And I guess that's his challenge with this team that is there now, that he'll have to try and find a way of how this lot is going to be pushed into a certain direction so that the team chemistry is better. I think there are some issues in regard to jealousy, in regard to salaries. I mean, that's, and this is what it's come down to. This is something that that I've been warning for a while, that overpaying the players will create problems at all levels. And I don't know if foreigners get that straightforwardness very easily. And so it's going to be interesting how Manolo addresses it, because I thought he was very honest in the post-match press conference after the Mauritius match, and I think he was, so I don't know. Very difficult. It's very difficult. It's a challenging task for him. So I'm not sure if he's up to the task to really do what is needed with this team. Thoughts on BFC and KBFC jersey? As I said yesterday, I like the away jersey of BFC more than the home jersey. I think Puma has done a better job with the Mumbai City jerseys. I find those two more exciting, independently of supporting or not supporting Mumbai City. Yeah, the Blasters jersey also has something about it, but yeah, someone said yesterday to have a look at the third kit of Chennai. Yeah, that looks really out of space. So some interesting jerseys to look forward to. So let's see. Syria versus Mauritius predictions. Manolo, difficult to predict, but I would surely go for a 2-0. for Syria in this game. Hello, Sams. Very sad today watching other team match. All played very well, growing faster. But what about us? Totally worthless and overrated player doesn't know the meaning of playing for a country. Vikram, good evening or good morning, wherever you are. I feel you, brother. I feel you. I was feeling yesterday as well. Again, as I've been saying for the last few days, pre-match, I didn't bother too much, to be very honest. I thought, why bother too much? Let's not get into things and okay, let's see. And then of course one, it's Shushmit, nice one. Stay around for a few more years, you'll not be sad, you'll be depressed. And I think that's the problem. I think that's the problem that, this is a cycle. Shushmit has been following Indian football for many years. Mourinho has been following Indian football for many years. They can tell you. So therefore, for me, it is. It's very sad because if you see the other teams where they are, especially the China, Japan. Where do we stand against the Japan? I don't know. Manuel is already shifting goalpost. Everyone remembers his statement regarding Jacob. Yeah, but it's not. Again, and that one I'll defend him, Mourinho, because to me, Jay Gupta, he already said multiple times in press conference for FC Goa that Jay Gupta is not a left back, but rather a centre back. My question then to him is, if you have a centre back or have one or two options, okay, then keep him there. But why then are you playing him as a left back? And to me, the question is, does Jay Gupta get a chance or should he be getting a chance in the national team? That's a question. And really interesting to see what Jay Gupta does in the club, because he now has Akash Sangwan in there. I rate Akash Sangwan highly. I think Akash Sangwan could be also an option for the national team as a number 3 behind Akash and Shubhashish. So yeah, let's wait and see. Do you think Mohun Bagan can be a title challenger without a foreign CDM? If you couldn't have a CDM, what would you do? Shushmit, I would never build a team without a foreign CDM. That would be my first observation. I would never build an Indian club side without a foreign CDM because you cannot trust the Indian players. Sorry to say that. So therefore, for me, if I have 6 foreigners that I can buy, I'll buy 2 centre backs, 1 CDM. One of the centre backs can double up as a CDM. Buy 1 attacking player, 1 striker, and 1 player who could be a striker or an attacking player. So that I need 2 versatile players who can play multiple positions, and that is something which I need. After Manu's first game, many players posted and apologized to fans like Suresh Jeeks and Thapa, which we were not seeing before. Good to see that, but now, after hearing that, I want them to play better. That's something. So let's see. Everyone, please like the stream. Yes, Palash, thank you very much for saying that. Yes, please like the stream. I know it's late night and maybe, people in India or abroad are watching wherever you are in the world. 11 likes. Thank you very, very much. And those of you who might be new to the channel, do subscribe. Arunfoot here on YouTube, 1,598. Maybe we'll, achieve the 1,600 today. So another small milestone. Thank you very much, everyone. And let's keep on growing the community. Is AIFF waiting for the 9th September game to complete and then issue the annual verdict? Shumadri, it has nothing to do with that. The deciding people in the PSC are independent of the AIFF, so therefore it's on them. And again, it seems to me nobody seems to know. A lot of people are speculating. I think want to say something, but don't really know what's happening. Again, even I fell into that trap, to be very honest. Someone told me clearly, hey, this is Friday, Saturday, surely coming. And then it hasn't come. But yeah, let's wait and see. Whenever it comes, it'll come, and then we'll discuss it surely. And again, there will be people who are going to be happy, there will be people who are unhappy, and then it'll go to the next level. So let's wait and see. Based on Sushmit's question, which three teams has the most balanced squad in ISL? Mourinho, good question. Mumbai City would be one. Odisha looks good with the addition of Hugo Bumus. Those two teams are surely very balanced. I want to see more of Goa and more of Chennai. And Mohun Bagan, as you know, I know Shushmit also has, we've had the conversation on that. Mohun Bagan needs that CDM. Without that CDM, you saw the problems, and then you saw Unikauko, who's actually not a natural CDM, but he was playing in that role. How Mohun Bagan stabilized and were a challenger. We all saw how Northeast United FC exposed Mohun Bagan mid in final. Manolo, they were exposed not only in the final, they were exposed by BFC in the semi. They were exposed by Punjab FC in the quarter. So Molina has some task to sort things out. Will the players give the 100% before the start of ISL so as not to risk injuries? Shamadri, it's a new coach. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, it's normally, under new coach, I will try and give 100% plus to ensure that I have a spot. There are a lot of players who have played in, we're already discussing things. Let's see. Your defense of Manolo is better than the defense of Indian football team. Shushmit, again, I give him the credit for the moment. As I said, I'll give him the credit now. I'll give him the credit next month. I'll give him credit November. But March onwards next year, when we are going to be playing in the AFC Asian Cup 2027 qualifiers, that is the time when I want to see how can this team perform. And, so therefore for me, it's a very difficult one at the moment to just say now where do we stand, how are we. Difficult in my opinion, but it's a question of, can we under Manolo turn things around? That's the challenge in my opinion that Manolo has. So therefore for me, so therefore therefore Manolo still has some credit for me. Feeling bad for our country players who represent our country. Doesn't look like they play for country. Seems like they don't give damn, and looks like Indian team is there. Other no more. Can remove them. There is something missing. Yeah. It's for me, it's tough. I thought it just goes by and whatever, but seeing the team the way they are at the moment, even with the potential this team has, that's my concern at the moment. If it was a team which was rubbish and there's no potential, then I wouldn't bother. But this team has potential, and they're playing like that. It hurts. It hurts really to see it the way the moment is. Hi Roshan, guten Abend. You told in a video about Kerala's Super League that the money floating there doesn't look like overspending. Curious how you evaluate it. The league has been quite tight-lipped. Let's put it this way regarding the money. They were trying to sign superstars, right? They wanted big investment. They wanted, multi-100 crores, So for me, again, if the whole league is spending 80 crores, team's going to be spending 8 to 10 crores. Players spending is about maximum of 2 crores. It is even for Kerala, yes, might be a lot of money, but I'm just evaluating it compared to what money is being spent in Indian football. With 2 crores spending for be it even for 2 months, you're not going to sign the players for 2 months. It means if you're signing them for 2 months, you're de facto paying him for 4 to 6. Yeah. So therefore, it's at the moment not overspending. The question is with the ambitions that they're showing as a league, as a club, with investment in regard to infrastructure, stadium, and all those kind of things, then your investment suddenly goes into hundreds of crores. So therefore, that will be something that we'll be able to understand and see down the road. So let's see. People should follow this channel rather than those fan-based channels who talk like Parar, Maradona, and PK Banerjee. Bani, thanks a lot. I try to be as honest as I can. I don't want to, give false hopes or false narratives as a lot of people are doing these days. It's about, talking what is truthful, what is right. At least from my side, I say that. And again, I said what the problem was, and sadly, it seems to be that those problems have been proven right so far. So I feel, I don't know. I honestly don't know where we are going to go with this. It's a very difficult one, but I'll be as honest as I can and try. Japan, finta laga diya China ka, they had origin player and still lose. Hemant, adding origin players and expecting directly some result doesn't always work. One has to be honest about those things. And on the other side, Japan is, amongst the best in Asia, especially at home in these kind of competitions, in these qualifiers. They're very, very so. Let's see. I think China, we saw also in the Asian Cup, were not as good. So therefore, they will have to do a lot of things to try and be better. Let's see if they can. Harav, humble request, please participate in ISF Fantasy. It will also add one additional topic for discussion in your live videos. We all can discuss our score here for you. It will be easy as you follow. Gaurav, I've stopped playing fantasy games quite a while back, and the question for me is, if I want to do this, I want to be very competitive. I don't play these fantasy games for the fun of it. If I want to be, competitive and ready to be at the top. So let me see if I have the time. I'm just realizing I've got so much on my plate work-wise that once in a while I might not be able to do the updates properly, but let's see if I can do. Let me think about it, and then we can have a conversation maybe midweek next week. Ranavada, first year 4-Nation Cup team. 3 team visit us, 2 below us, 1 above our rank. We defeat 1 team, another we draw, 1 of them draw with the team above our rank. Final also we draw 90 minutes. Okay. Looks like everybody got accommodated with improving rank. Then another team visits in Intercontinental Cup. None were able to defeat in advance. All even in tiebreaker, FIFA will show rank up for us, but not so. So down for visitors, and then in workout qualifiers, first match, net visitor against us played like they forgot to play, yet manages next rounds well in qualifiers. This all looks so rosy to me. This year, we again brought a below-ranked team and above, each with a promise of improving rank after Thomas. This result, I'm thinking too much. No, you're not, Barrison. I understand where you're coming from. See, for the AIFF, the tough ask is to find teams who want to play with us. You know, so the point is, Syria, okay, is out of the qualifiers, so therefore they agreed to play us. And then we looked at teams from other parts of the world, and we couldn't find anyone to play us. And then Indonesia cropped up. It's like Vanuatu last year, and yeah, this is something. Just more than 20 minutes to play. Saudi Arabia was still 1-1. That would be a shock of a result. But again, Indonesia has been doing very well. Yes, and also it's really shameful, and where the hell we are heading as a nation. Bani, that's we can have a philosophical discussion on that if we had a general channel. But again, it's football is just, I fear, is reflecting on what all is happening in India and in Indian society. So that's a disturbing reality, I guess, right? So for me, we need to get somewhere, and that's something which is the challenge. We got 4 points. Sorry. We got 4 points from 6 in the qualifiers against Kuwait, and today Kuwait lost in Jordan 0-1. What an irony. Roshan, that's the sad part, right? We did our job against Kuwait and we blew it. Sorry. The irony is that we got 4 out of 6 points against Kuwait, but we got 1 out of 6 points against Afghanistan. And I think a lot of people calculated 6 points against Afghanistan. That's the irony. That's the sad part in this reality of where we stand and what we do, what we did and needed to do, but we couldn't. According to me, Indian origin players are better than the Chinese. Your thoughts? Hemant, China has not got too many OCI or OCC players, overseas Chinese citizen players. They have integrated some former Brazilians, Mongolians, whatever else into the team, and we have so yeah, we have talent. We have really talent. We have talent. Look at Pakistan. What kind of player Steven can call on. Think about Hamza Chaudhary playing for Bangladesh, hopefully soon. Yeah, there is some great talent in South Asia, in Europe and North America potentially. Hi, Matiyur. Welcome back at this late hour. I'm attending the Bandodkar Trophy final tomorrow. Tickets are free for most of the stands, and the tournament has been amazing, but attendances have been low. Hi, good evening or good morning, Joshua. Great. Enjoy the final. It should be an interesting one. FC Goa versus Odisha FC. In the morning, there's a friendly game from what I'm hearing between Brisbane Roar and Defensa e Justicia. So those two teams. Enjoy the final. I think the Bandodkar, I think Goa itself, it's always very difficult to activate the people to come to the stadium, to come to Fartoda for, I don't know what the reason is. We've got a lot of following for the inter-village tournaments, sometimes for the third division in Goa, which is of course taluka based. FC Goa versus Odisha FC could be an interesting game, and let's see who is able to overcome the opponent and win that game, because that's going to be 4 p.m. kickoff for the final is a bit difficult for people with work, etc. Yeah, Joshua, that's the other thing, right? That are you getting the timings right? Hi, sir. Good evening, Navneet. Could an ISL club get a PIO player as foreigner with the salary they offer and then keep him here till he gets a pass? Is technically possible? In theory, it is. I mean, I take the example of Arata Izumi, who came to India, East Bengal, Mahindra, and then was for an extended period with Pune FC. And then, but he needed 5 years to get a passport. You know, no real help from government authorities, other things. He was even married to an Indian woman. So therefore, that's in theory what you're saying, yes. But Navneet, the other problem is that I mean, for example, I've got here an OCI in our picture, Ryan Williams is of Indian origin, right? By family, Ryan Williams would qualify as an OCI. Has anybody thought about it? I don't know. His brother was also playing in the I League in the past, right? So therefore, it's a very valid question, but I don't see the OCIs would only come if they see a realistic chance of getting a passport within 6 to 12 months. 5 years at the moment to stay in India and then get a passport is way too long. Makes no sense for these guys. That's the thing. In short, my question is, are these tournaments we're holding even real or just an enactment of promises of improving rank already done to them? But I think the tournaments are real, be it the Intercontinental Cup in its form or as Hero Intercontinental Cup earlier, or if you see it as other tournaments, Tri-Nation, for example, we had. So from that perspective, yeah, we have had international tournaments which make sense from India perspective. But for me, again, some of these were the Intercontinental Cup was created because the AIFF and FSDI had to create something as a property of international level for the sponsors Hero. But otherwise, I would have rather said, you now have to organize 3 matches, right? It would have been easier for India to organize 2 friendlies, invite, Mauritius, invite Syria separately. You could have saved some money on this. So therefore, I'm not sure, but teams around the world look at international friendlies. Either they clearly say, listen, this is about exposure, or they say, listen, guys, this is about getting some sort of result. So, yeah. Raining and festival season, so not expecting huge crowd. Gaurav, that's, I think, the thing now with large parts of India where weather conditions, working hours, this reason, that reason. There are tons of reasons why people don't turn up for matches, right? So, again, commitment, needs to be more, in my opinion, also from the fans. That's, to me, is we can talk about a lot of things. This is done, that is done, this is happening, that's happening. But to me, it's if fans need to be committed. I know crazy fans around the world, right? So that's something which makes it quite interesting. Looked like you missed my message on ISO Fantasy. No, Gaurav, I answered it even at length before I went to Barrison's question regarding the tournament. What I said is interesting thought process. I'll just go back to that question. 1 second, let me find it. Yeah. If I play fantasy football, I don't want to just play fantasy football, right? I want to be competitive. I want to try and get somewhere, get something, potentially try and win, right? So therefore, for me, if I go and play fantasy league, I want to win. And I don't know how much time I'll have in the coming weeks and months. Sorry, guys. For me, it's going to be interesting to see. Let me see over the weekend, Gaurav, if I can, think about it. And Mumbai City FC, New Jersey look lit. Kohli, I have to say, Puma and Mumbai City have done an exceptional job. I love the home kit, but I even more love the away kit. That away kit, that color code, yeah, just brilliant. I just loved it. You get 1 whole week to prepare the team. Gaurav, yes and no, because I would create one team and then you have to create a team the next week. I'm not 100% sure, so let me see. Indonesia played 9 Dutch players against in Saudi. That's crazy. Hemant, that's the potential that a country like Indonesia has with that chance. I mean, think about the PSV player Reinders, who was playing for the Dutch at the Euros. He could have been their playmaker, right? You're gonna watch the Syria match today? If I can, I will, but I'm not sure if I can grab it. But yeah, I'll have it in the back of mind. You have all the info on players participating. That's very true, Gaurav. But again, I think time is for me the issue, and nitpicking players here and there. Navneet sir, fans, it will be very interesting on how Kerala Blaster FC fans turn up to the stadium. Super League Kerala does seem to have a good momentum running with Ivan gone and a disappointing Duran Cup. Don't expect a full stadium. I'm very interested to see. I heard from certain media people that today's ISL Media Day in Kochi was well attended. But I'm not sure because Manjapara coming out with their statements, Nikhil coming out with the reaction. So Super League Kerala also very interesting. It does. Again, I did a video on it earlier today, German time, or yesterday, Indian time. So therefore, it would be interesting to see how it really affects the whole thing. It's not very clear to me. So therefore, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the Blasters fans will react. I know that there's this desire of success, which is understandable, and now it's become even more with Northeast United, having also won a trophy. So yeah, it's going to be very difficult to try and find sort of answers and solutions for the Blasters management. I think it's very, very tough. That you're trying to keep the books sorted. That's, I think, a challenge, and it'll be interesting to see how the clubs do it and how the management does it, because it's a challenge. It's a huge challenge with all that's happening, and not sure how the Blasters will manage. But it's not the first time it's happened. I don't know when, and therefore it will be interesting to see how it works out. What's the new ISIS sponsor all about? They only have business in South, right? Corey, people have said it. People have written about it. Nothing confirmed. Yes, it's a dairy. I think it's the official state dairy from Karnataka. Competitors, I guess, to Amul. So maybe Amul joining the Super League Kerala leads to this. Yeah. Therefore, we'll have to wait and see. Let them announce it officially. And then we can have a conversation to let them confirm, let them come in, and that would be interesting to see. Yeah. Sorry. What do you make of Nikhil statement on Twitter? It's difficult because I've seen now with a few of the owners who are interacting, and it's Hmm. It's it's for him. I'm trying to, I'm trying to think from his perspective of what he's was trying to do, which makes it difficult for him and for the club. Because I think they're trying to balance their books. That would be my logic. Is it working for this? Um, yeah, it's difficult. I've been following Climate Cup. The venue looks mesmerizing when the mountains are in the background. Kohli, I've seen some pictures. I've not been following um, the matches. I've just seen the match results at the end. Oh, now that you're ducking my question, are the results of this tournament pre-decided, already promised to the visitors? Same when we visited last year, promised draw given to us against Iraq. Oh, sorry, sorry, I misunderstood it. I thought that was an observation from your side. No, no, not up to my knowledge. The results are not pre-decided. I think if I speak to an Iraqi friend of mine, I remember he said um, they were rather shocked that Iraq, only drew only drew 2-2 against India in that game and had to win on penalties. So therefore, yeah, these are things which are happening, and to me, yeah, these are not pre-decided results. No, I wouldn't say that. Amul can sponsor Afghanistan cricket team, but won't do anything for Indian football. Kohli, these are realities, right? You saw during the Cricket World Cup that Indian brands were suddenly sponsoring the USA. We've seen sponsorships in the past of, I don't know, West Indies, Zimbabwe, Kenya, UAE, Scotland, whatever, blah, blah. So, yeah, these are realities. Have you watched any other games which are shown on YouTube? Neil, no. I-League 3, I guess you're talking about. I've seen I-League games, yes, in the past. I've even been a commentator or an expert rather on I-League games 2-3 years back in the bubble league towards the end. So yeah, I've been involved in this league. So let's wait and see what happens, right? Which I-League team do you think is going to get promoted this time? Any thoughts on Interkashi? You've mentioned one of my favorites. I think there are two favorites in my opinion that are there in this league. One is Interkashi, the other one is Srinivas Deccan. I think those two teams are the ones that should be deciding the championship among themselves. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do in the end. But both these teams have the capabilities of winning the I League and getting promoted to the ISL. So yes, if you ask me, um, both Itakashi as well as Shinji Decken have it in them to win the league. But again, the other teams are also playing. So Rajasthan United has made some crazy signings. Churchill brothers should never be forgotten. So therefore, let's wait and see. Let the league begin and say with the ISL. Yeah, who is going to be there? Right. Those of you who might be new to the channel might be watching it later also. I know it's late night. Maybe you're watching it in the morning. Thanks for watching it. Enjoy our conversations. Um, Maybe we can fill that one today. And we've had, one second, we've had uh, Sorry, got disconnected at this hour. Sorry for that. So therefore, if you haven't heard it again, do like, share, and subscribe. And if you're even watching in the morning, do leave a like behind or leave a comment behind. I'll put it up in the comments below, and then maybe we can discuss it in tomorrow's or wherever you are in the world. Maybe it's your today's stream. Thanks for the stream, says Joshua. Yeah, welcome, Joshua. For doing it a little later than usual, and as I was out earlier, so therefore doing it at this time. But tomorrow we'll be back at the usual 9:45 to do a stream. We'll talk again the Bandodkar Cup finalists tomorrow. We'll talk about Syria, Mauritius, and there seems to be a connection issue. And of course, keep on talking on preparations for the ISL. Yes, I know some people asked. I said I would do ISL previews. Yes, I will do that. Haven't started yet, but we'll start doing it in the coming days. Once I have a little bit more info on each of the teams, need to go through them a little bit more in a little more detail, and then we can have a regular. I'll be doing sort of regular videos on that. That's the other thing. If you haven't seen them, do have a look. Did a video. Sorry, what is the reality in regard to Indian football and not sort of the assumptions of certain people. That's the other thing. So therefore I finish off now then. Thanks everyone for watching tonight. Sorry for being late, quite late, nearly 3 hours, but tried this late night Indian football discussion for the first time, and thanks for you all joining in. And I'll be back today, Indian time, tomorrow, German time at 9:45 p.m. Indian time, 6:15 p.m. Central European time, which is 5:15 in the UK. And I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everyone.